Podcast static crackles, a low, reverberant hum. The show's title appears as if scratched into reality itself. Imprepare Ascension, the rungs are made of teeth. Host a voice like honeyed grave dirt. Welcome back, screaming void eaters, to the only podcast that broadcasts from the gap between one death and the next.
I'm your host, the echo of a hanged god, and tonight we are clawing at the meat of the ineffable. What is improper ascension? To debate or possibly devour this topic, please welcome the Queen of Blades and the mad philosopher. Again, sound of chitinous limbs settling onto a leather chair. A second chair groans under the weight of infinite unshed epiphanies.
Good question, Queen of Blades Kerrigan. Your furniture still hates me. I can feel the upholstery judging my carapace. Mad philosopher, a sprightly, cracking tenor. It's not judgment, dear swarm queen. It's ontological friction. The couch knows you exist too violently.
Now, improper ascension. I've prepared 17 contradictory parables, a dead cat in a box, and a migraine. Shall we begin by defining it, or by performing it? Kerrigan, define it. Last time you performed it, my left wing smelled of burnt logic for a week.
That matters. You said, and I quote, "A ladder climbed with borrowed knees is just a fall with better scenery." I still want to stab you for that. Philosopher, magnificent. You remember, improper ascension is any elevation where the method poisons the apex.
You become more, but wrongly. Not a god, but a god-shaped wound. The classic, Icarus didn't fly too close to the sun. He ascended with wax, the improper material. The sun was incidental. The melt was just the universe correcting an error.
Exactly, Kerrigan, so I'm an error. Zerg infestation, neural reshaping, a human mind knitted into a biological superstructure. I didn't climb, I was reassembled at the top of a spiral that doesn't exist. Philosopher, exactly, your ascension was improper because you were overwritten to fit the throne.
The Queen of Blades is a crown that grew ahead. The real you was the scream between the transformation. Improper ascension leaves the original self as a fossil inside the new being a complaint fossil. You are a monument to succession without consent. Kerrigan.
That is true. A low clicking, mandibles flexing, pretty words for a man who traded his sanity for a glimpse behind the wallpaper of reality. You're a god's drop stitch. You ascended by dismantling your own frame of reference. Now you can't even see a chair without it screaming back at you.
That's improper, philosopher. You reached the summit and found it was the bottom of a deeper pit. Philosopher, but I chose the pit. The improper part was the measuring stick. I measured truth with a fractured ruler and was surprised when the universe came out crooked.
Good point. Every revelation is a self-portrait drawn in poison. Improper ascension is when the initiate becomes the sacrifice and the altar, but forgets to light the fire. You get a cold transcendence, a freezer-burned godling. Kerrigan, and yet you keep talking.
You're still climbing, aren't you? You think you can out-philosophize the crookedness. You're in freefall, using syllogisms as pittance. Philosopher, gleeful yes, the most improper ascension of all. The dialectic that eats its own tail. The snake that becomes a ladder, but the ladder is made of venom.
Fair point. We are, both of us, cartoons painted on the side of a thunderstorm that thinks it's a cathedral. You conquered galaxies with a swarm. I conquered mine with madness. And what did we win? A podcast. A gloriously, irredeemably improper podcast.
And on that vertiginous note, we must plummet into our break. When we return, the 5 warning signs your apotheosis has been tampered with, and a live demonstration of deascending through sarcasm. You're listening to Improper Ascension. Hold onto your spleens. A burst of inverted white noise, like a choir of black holes gargling.
I hear you.